And welcome back to our Crusader run, where last time we finally found the Vala. So now if we so desire, we can leave the north. And I think what we should be trying to do right now, or in the relatively short term, is try to find the training equipment, because that will increase our capabilities and power quite a bit if we manage to get it and get some training for our company. So we should look for it in these citadels. Let's just see if there are citadels down south. You can occasionally, I think, find them in cities as well, but you'd want that city to not have ambushed trade routes, for example. I don't remember if we went to Vikeholm, like how long it's been. So we might quickly check there. What else? We should be buying some food, because without a quartermaster we are consuming a lot of it. We currently have food only for 2 days. With 15 people, yeah. Also, I think we'll take this courier quest. Let's just quickly check where it is to. It is to the south. Let's just go ahead and take that. We should have enough money for the training equipment if we find it. We could also look for it in these southern cities. And we might find it basically immediately, or it might take 100 days. We'll see. Kind of the same deal as with the Vala, but we're not locked into the north while we look for it. So yeah, armors and hit points seem to be fine for everyone. We are waiting for Oswulf to build us the caravan upgrade. Also, I should probably double check if it's actually level 6 that the requirement is. Because if it's not, then well, he will slowly level even if he's not in the fighting line. But, yeah. Okay, so first let's... Should we go to Vikeholm quickly? We might even check if we see a shield maiden. Though that is a bit problematic, since we would have to let someone go, and it would probably be Margareta here. Who will be a decent tanky character, maybe even a damage dealer eventually, but I think she might be our weakest link. Yeah, sure. Let's quickly head to Vikeholm. Maybe buy some food as well, if it's moderately priced. So we see these barbarians. It's only thralls though, so we can take that group easily. Or we should be able to take it easily. Let's let Gunhild sit this one out just to be safe. Since she does only have 48 hit points at the moment. Maybe Eilika should be using a shield. Let's go ahead and do that. Nicholas, we will be keeping in the back line at least until Nimble. Same with Thorolf. Same with Avon and Margareta, though it's Battle Forged instead of Nimble. But yeah, should be mostly an easy fight. We could wait for nighttime just to be a little bit safer from their throwing weapons. And it is almost nighttime, so sure, let's go ahead and do that if we are able to. Okay, nighttime. Barbarians and orcs are enemies that will always rush you, so you don't need to rush them like you have to with brigands, for example, sometimes. So a straightforward, fun fight usually. That is at least if you don't actually die in the fight. Okay, Magna Jar can probably do next to nothing this fight, but let's take a shot here. Missed. So we can just shield wall as usual. Nicholas, try to take this one out. Nope. So if I want Leif to hit a Thrall instead of a Warhound, I need to rotate him. That's probably worth it, so let's wait. Jarrik can take this northern flank. Should be fine. Go ahead and shield wall. Navar, I guess you could handle this middle section and then, if need be, loop down. Akir can just start throwing and miss twice. Raimonda might as well just perfect focus already. Okay, gets a kill. And one more hit. So pretty good there. Okay, Aven has 90 hit points and Steel Brow. So I think he can take this spot. Let's go for this troll. Nice one. Okay, Margareta is quite flimsy. Only has 60 hit points, is not nimble, is not battle forged. Okay, Vala, just retreat, I suppose. I guess the Peddler will try to shoot this Warhound. Might hit Navar, doesn't matter though. Since Navar is nimble. And the Peddler only has a tier 1 crossbow. Okay. Let's go for... Actually, let's wait first. Before we attack anyone with Nicholas. Swordmaster Leif doing work. With the Zweihander. Okay, Jarrik can hopefully take this position. Deny these guys their throwing weapons. Nice. And Margareta just retreat, I suppose. Okay. So yeah, pretty easy fight. Not without risks, as we see with what happened to Margareta, but... No one I really cared about was at risk, I don't think. Maybe Nicholas, if this all of these southern flank thralls decided to come at him, then maybe. Guess we'll go for this 95, I don't know. And yeah, the undead crisis manifests itself with this Wiederganger barbarian troll. That's actually probably helpful for us in fights, since the enemies will also target the Wiedergangers. Like so. And the Wiedergangers are quite tanky, so they'll waste... Well, they wasted their whole turn trying to kill this one Wiederganger who isn't even armed. So, thank you, Wiederganger. Not that we needed your help, but still. Two kills for Leif, nice. And Margareta might even be able to do something here, eventually. Okay. And more zombies have arrived. Okay, so the fights are quite easy at the moment, but that will change once we start to see those tougher enemies. Which should happen fairly soon, I think. Leif being very reliable in this fight with his Zweihander. Okay. No more zombies. Okay. So we got one level up out of that. Okay. Okay, so the Vala gets student for quicker leveling. Ignore this +3 melee skill, just go for these, I think. And let's continue to Vikeholm. Wait for dawn. I suppose we should be... Also, do we have something to salvage? We do, but not a lot. Let's try to hunt some food, I guess. Also, maybe we should have a healer. We do have a ripped ear as well. What about repairing? Okay, something like this. Someone's... Oh yeah, the Vala hasn't been assigned to anything yet. Let's make her a scout, I suppose. for now. Okay, so yeah, now the undead crisis is officially here. You put your head down for a nap. The silky bed sheet slides off your body as you roll to a side. Birds flutter past the sleek ivory-framed window. A voice pours into your ear, a hint of an aroma you've never smelled before, grazing you. You're awake. A woman rolls herself over, running a finger down your chest before going back up and seizing your chin. Lithe, pretty, the sun glowing across her smooth face and lighting up a set of emerald eyes. She goes for a kiss. You quickly slide out of the bed and frantically look around. She grips the sheets and comes to her knees, confused. What's wrong? Where are you going, my emperor? Looking up, you see a ceiling that stretches so far up you can hardly ever even see the artwork which has been exquisitely embroidered there. You open a door and step out onto a balcony. Impossibly tall buildings, red, white, gold banners, a horizon steepled with black shapes stretching as far as the eye wishes to see. Domes, fountains, great arches, statues that stand so tall they seem to be commanding the structures as soldiers. Atop each roof is a garden, greater and more flush than anything you've seen in the eternal springs of nature itself. Suddenly, two men emerges at your sides with cages of doves and let them out. The birds desperately scatter, and just then a roar erupts beneath you. Great crowds of people jumping and waving banners around. They love their emperor. The woman speaks from the doorway. Go to them. You look down to see a stream of soldiers marching down the middle of the road, each man stepping in unison with his brother, a steady staccato clap of boots, their faces stern in their gilded helms, long polearms glistening upward as though they meant to defeat their enemies with opulence itself. They are going off to war, to face the great beyond, and to defeat it. The woman is at your side. She smiles warmly, taking you by the arm. You feel ready to agree to it, to this new reality, whatever it be. You take her by the cheek, ready to fall into her embrace, but a cry from below wails loud and clear over all else. You glance down to see the soldiers, once joined in perfect uniformity, breaking rank. In the distance, a great mountain is erupting, jetting great bursts of red fire and an enormous cloud of hot ash, which quickly pools into the city. Buildings disintegrate, gardens burst into flames, and the people scream. They turn away, but there is no escaping the heat. The soldiers collapse and scream, a surging, searing heat, and soon enough you see the denizens melting in it, the soldiers becoming metal golems, singed into the very armor which was meant to protect them, and the unarmored crowds simply burst aflame. The woman cries at your side. Oh, it is horrible, horrible. Would you look at it? But it's okay, understand? It's perfectly okay. Look at me, look at me. The woman grabs you and spins you. Her once soft features have hardened into blackened flakes, the top of her head already burnt bald, her teeth falling out of dripping gums. Yet she's grinning. We'll rise again, Emperor. We shall rise again. Her skull breaks apart and her body collapses into a pile of burning bones. You jerk awake to find Eilika shaking you. Sir, wake up. We've got a group of refugees here saying that the dead are rising from the earth and killing everything in sight. The woman's face flashes before your eyes. It is horrifically scarred, but this doesn't stop her from grinning. The empire rises. All right. Okay, so next up, our flagellant is being a bit silly. Flesh torn asunder, parts of man rendered unfamiliar, a copper stench in the air. These are the things you find when beckoned by a brother's call. Akir the flagellant stooped over on a stump, his whole body unmoving save for his arm, which flicks a glass and thorn-peppered whip against his own back. A gurgling belch draws your eyes to Chararik, who is bent over in the tall grass losing his lunch. Sensing that he is disturbing the others, Akio cracks something of a smile that doesn't falter an inch to the horror he's committing to his own side. Fear not the Reaper, Jarek. I shall bleed even more in favor of saving your soul. Okay. So now we need to heal him as well. Thanks a lot, Jarek. Alright. Now first we need to buy some food. Oh, and we also found the training equipment. Immediately. So, okay, nice. Yoink. So this should eventually make us much, much stronger. Currently, not that strong. But now also caravan quests are far better. Not that we'll be able to do many of them with the undead crisis around. But still. You can camp and train during a caravan quest. Let's buy some tools. And we need food. Yeah, so we should try to find a quartermaster at some point. Let's also sell some of our more garbage loot here. Could also break it down with the scrap tent, but we already have full tools. Keep a couple of these militia spears in case I find new people or I make a spear bro out of someone. I don't know. Rockets. Actually, let's keep only one. We don't need so many of them. Okay, do we buy even more food? Maybe we should. It's expensive, but whatever, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Okay, so now our financial situation is much worse, so we need to find paying contracts. Let's also buy ammunition, sure. So this smith is very cheap, but I don't think we should be rolling on almost anyone at the moment unless we find like a shield maiden, because our roster is full. Alright, so now we need money. And we also, I think we should go buy some nets. Also, does anyone need this headband? Blanca does. Also, yeah, let's give you this actually. So never mind, you didn't actually need it. And let's go. Yeah, we already have this quest, so let's head to Königsheim. We just need to remember that whenever we camp, we'll put most of our, at least the most combat capable people into the training section instead of something else. So luckily, well, I don't know if it's luck, but we are not paying that much per day in wages, so this nearly 6,000 crowns will last a long time in that regard. Let's save just in case it crashes. Okay. Or I run into... Okay, so yeah, easy group of brigands will be fighting those. We need the money, we need the XP. As long as they don't run into like a noble group or something. Please don't go into the forest. Okay. So another easy fight. Eventually I might, once we've got a few people trained up in the with the training camp, we might bump up the difficulty, as in the enemy scaling slightly upwards if it gets too easy. It's easy now, but it will get tougher. But once that next difficulty bump eases up, we might consider making the game harder. Okay, shouldn't matter too much what I do here, but good one. I guess this blacksmith should be not underestimated. We should have held that position instead of moving. Also, Eilika should probably start closer to the Crusader because of the rotation. Let's rotate here. Okay, perfect focus. Try to take down this raider. 66 hits. Miss. Miss. Okay. So only Avon or Margareta can hit this thug. I suppose it's whatever, which one. And he's dead. Akir misses. Neivar does not miss. Everyone that the blacksmith can reach is nimble, so... Well, apart from Sophie, I guess. But let's just wait and see what the blacksmith decides to do. Decides to go for Sophie and gets a headshot as well. Slightly annoying, but luckily, or fortunately rather, Sophie does have steel brow, so not too much of a problem. They should have gone for the blacksmith instead of this raider. Don't think it matters too much though. Okay, Avon, get this thug, nice. Leif, get this goddamn blacksmith. Or should I wait for the plus 3% from surrounding? I guess we will. I guess we'll wait for the plus 3%. Sure, why not? What? You have 95, you don't need to wait. adrenaline to make sure we get this son of a gun. Yeah, extremely tanky thanks to Nimble and, well, 80 hit points. Well, maybe not extremely. Semi-tanky, let's put it that way. And let's make sure this raider doesn't get away. This one will. The poacher, I mean. We have one of these Wiedergangers again. So far it's one. Might get more if we are unable to kill this guy, which we are until next turn. Yeah. Okay, so 2 more. No threat, but just annoying to have to kill them again. Won't take more than a minute though. Or shouldn't take longer than a minute. Zombies. Zombies. Just die already. Damn zombies. Oh, and we need to wait for this one guy to flee as well. Should give us the option to end it now though. Okay. Alright. So little bit of loot, little bit of XP. Every little bit helps, I suppose. Let's go to Erdfall and then head south. I'm not even gonna check the Pilgrim. Then again, maybe I should on the off chance that they're actual guards. Maybe I am missing a melee guard by not checking every single person we encounter. So do we need even more food? It's gonna be expensive here, isn't it? Well, not that expensive. No, let's go ahead and buy it. Okay, we move on. And this group of undead we might want to avoid because of the necrosavants. Those are just so annoying, so deadly. This might be doable because it doesn't have a necromancer and it doesn't have an ancient priest in it though. So it's going to be 2 to 3 necrosavants. Those will be deadly. Very deadly. I think we should avoid them. I think we would win, but people would die. So yeah, this is an easier group. Because of the lack of the necromancer, because there are no Höllenhunds, there are no ancient priests, there are no honor guards, etc. But we'll still, I think, avoid them. Let's see, can we continue going south? Yes, we can, I think. What do we see now? Brigands over here, okay. These guys, I don't think, saw us just yet. Now they did. They're chasing us. Okay, and need to be careful not to walk next to this next to this Necrosavant lair, because if they manage to spawn a raiding party just as we walk next to it, we will have to flee. And we would actually, I think, be able to flee thanks to Gunhild's impatient trait. But let's still not take any chances with that. Okay, so we are almost to Königsheim. Need to be a bit careful with these woods as well, especially during the night. The game should auto-pause, but even so. Alright. Made it. And this city has ambushed trade routes, so we should get a good price here. And we do indeed. Let's check what that is with an actual shield. Also, we got a couple of levels thanks to the distance that cargo quest had. So Chararik, give up your shield for a bit. Okay, so that is an extremely good selling price. We have plus 2.5% barter. That doesn't explain all of it, but yeah, we will get, well, maybe not rich just yet, but we will gain a lot of crowns by selling. We saved these gemstones and these gold coins, for example, just for this kind of occasion. Okay, go ahead and sell a lot of things. Let's go ahead and sell some nacho brains as well. And I should remember to actually craft that nacho necklace, or however many we can craft. Sell, I guess, both hooked blades. Don't want to sell the Vala stuff. We need that. Sell the ancient sword. Guess we'll also sell the cruel falchion. Don't need these javelins, I don't think. Let's sell them. Sell both of these bucklers. I think we'll sell this composite bow. We don't have anyone who uses bows. And we might never have a person who uses bows, and if we eventually get one, we will have better bows by then. I suppose we could sell this great sword because of the great price. Could also sell this skull hammer. Those are nice to keep around in case we want to use them. Let's sell the great sword. And let's also sell this bladed pike. We have a lot of actual pikes. But let's keep this skull hammer around for now in case we want to use it against an orc warrior or something similar with high armor. And let's see, there is no follow the tracks quest. There is a find location. We might do that and then maybe even take that location out immediately if we are able to. We want to find loot to sell. Maybe we could do this bleached bones tomb. So that won't have necrosavants in it, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that even during the undead crisis, these kinds of undead lairs won't have necrosavants. I might be wrong with that assessment, but I think that's how it works. Anyway, we have 4 level ups to give. So Leif is up first. Let's go hit points, melee defense, and yeah, you get mind over body, so you get resolve. Okay. So So I could already give you Mind Over Body. I might also give you Vengeance for a lot of damage. So I might make him a 100 sword duelist eventually, but I think something like mazes would be probably better. Won't make that decision just yet. Let's give you... Let's go ahead and give you the Vengeance for now. I think next we'll take Mind Over Body. We will quite probably take Rotation at some point. Also, we are missing Underdog. Should take that at some point. We'll see, we'll see. He has a lot of good perks available to him. Next up is Avon the Smith. Kind of a bad roll here. Minimum rolls for melee defense and melee skill. Let's take the Resolve, I guess. Might even consider making Avon a peaceable blacksmith with this kind of bad melee skill that he has. We'll see. We shall see. But for now, we might go just Resilient maybe. Might take Adrenaline. I don't know if that has a lot of use though. Might consider Brawny. Well, I like to build people to survive for the most part, so let's take Resilient with him. Next up is Acure. Gets that Resolve for that sweet Mind Over Body. And let's get +3 fatigue. He will need a lot of fatigue to make use of perfect focus, even with Mind Over Body. Thankfully, he also has Battle Flow. Okay, so what now? Could take Mind Over Body with him. Yeah, sure. We are getting it anyway, so let's go ahead and take that now. Sure. So now throwing a heavy axe costs 10 fatigue. And if he manages to get a kill with Battle Flow, eventually that will kind of refund some of that fatigue that we spent. So yeah, if this guy makes it to like level 16, he will be a throwing weapon god. Doesn't get close combat archer, but still. Let's see. That's piercing shot. Where's close combat archer? Shouldn't you have it, Raimonda? No, never mind. Yeah, it's from the throwing perk group. So, yeah, also it doesn't really even matter if he gets close combat archer, because he doesn't actually have ranged defense. So never mind all that. Yeah. So for him we want ranged skill, resolve, and fatigue. So I don't think we'll ever get any ranged defense even on levels past 11. But yeah, if he also had ranged defense, then this would be very nice for damage. Yeah, well, it is what it is. You can't get everything. And let's boost the Vala's survivability with Colossus. I think we won't be getting the Warden, but we'll see. And it's a bit silly, but I'll take this +3 melee defense. I don't plan on getting in melee range with her, but occasionally that might just happen. So if you have some melee defense, that might save her life eventually. Let's say against Orc Warriors to break through your lines, maybe. Or a Necro Savant that teleports to the rear. And I think eventually we'll also be getting heightened senses instead of fury, but haven't made a decision just yet which chant to use. I don't think I'll get both. I guess I could give her a spear, even though it doesn't. I don't want to risk her using it, but whatever. Actually, let's give her a wooden stick instead. And also there's this strange little gap we have in our formation there, so let's not have that. Okay, so everyone's leveled. We have some food. We could use more. It's expensive here. Let's try to take out this bleached bones tomb. Yeah, sure. We don't know what we are facing. So if we actually do run into a Necrosavant, and I was wrong in assuming that we can't run into Necrosavants in these kinds of undead camps, then we might be actually dead. But it's far more likely that there's a Necromancer or two and a bunch of Wiedergangers. I think. So, I guess we just go for it. Do we want to give anyone this skull hammer for this fight? Let's take away Eilika's shield, or actually put it in her inventory. Do we have nets in case we need them? We have some nets. Yeah, okay. And let's go for it. Might be a super easy fight, might be something that kills someone, we'll see. Okay, we see Wiedergangers. This hidden opponent is probably a Necromancer. Let's wait and see what happens. Okay, should be a standard Necromancer plus a bunch of Wiedergangers camp. So shouldn't be a problem. Might take a while though. We can't really rush the Necromancer, we just have to kill almost every single Wiederganger and then slowly advance to the Necromancer. So let's just end turn here, I guess. Pretty sure that's a Necromancer. Our ranged characters can get some shots in, but otherwise we hold this position. And since we have decent weaponry and decent people as well to wield that weaponry, we should be fine against possessed armored Wiedergangers, really. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Let's not Well, we can't even throw, so never mind. Okay. We wait again. Wait for the lines to clash. Might as well start hitting them. Okay, so it was a Geist instead of a Necromancer? Okay. Well, that's even easier in that case. So, easy camp. If we get really lucky, we might even find a famed item, but it's kind of unlikely since this is so close to civilization and it's such an easy camp. But we will have some loot to sell at a very nice price. And we will get quite a bit of experience for this. Guess the Crusader can advance. Let's go ahead and adrenaline in case they act before us so we can use a riposte. It's a bit greedy to try to get a berserk kill here, cause it can miss, but it doesn't really matter if we do miss. Let's go ahead and do it. Weird move here. Geist is in the front. Okay. I approve. Okay. If Leif had mind over body now, I think he'd be able to use that berserk even after using split. So maybe I should have taken mind over body before vengeance. Shouldn't matter at all though. And goodbye, Geist. It was nice knowing you. So why did I adrenaline with the Crusader? Could have just kept the riposte on. Doesn't matter though, since this fight is so easy. Nice headshot there. Let's just go for the kills, I guess. Yeah, very easy fight, just takes a bit of time. We've only had easy fights, but then again we avoided that nasty undead group, so yeah. If we actually went out and sought those nasty, difficult fights out, then we might not be alive. It's better to do these easy fights and live than to try those difficult fights foolishly when you're not yet ready for them. Okay, one more Wiedergänger to go. Okay, some gold coins, a signet ring, some money. And a couple of axes to sell. Let's go ahead and repair those axes. And also a couple of level ups. Nicholas. I'll take, I guess, the hit points here. And also now he can become nimble. So yeah, and that means I can start using him more aggressively. So let's move him to the front. Need to change his armor around though. So, let's do something like this. Should be fine for now. If I add this decorative cowl, how much does that actually affect you? Okay, I'm not a mathematician, so 1% for 15. Do I even want to try to calculate that? Shouldn't be too much impact one way or the other, so let's just, I don't know, give it to someone else. Let's give it to Eilika here. Okay, we have this helmet. Does anyone want that helmet? You do. So we have a couple of battle-forged people, but we don't actually have good battle-forged armor just yet. So Margareta leveled. Also, you don't have a chainmail layer. Do we have one available for you? We do. Okay. Should we give it to someone else though? Let's see. Let's give this light mail to Sophie. And Margareta can have this basic mail shirt. Okay. Guess we take the +4 resolve there. And she will be battle forged, so we might take Brawny. Won't really matter for a long time, if ever. We could just take rally the troops for another one of those. We could just take rotation. We could just take back to basics. We could maybe take shield expert. Do we want that? Shouldn't really make that decision just yet. I think if we keep her around, we probably want to make her a sword duelist. Could actually take one her sword mastery already in that case. Yeah, her low melee skill doesn't really allow anything. Well, she does get fast adaptation if we want that though, so we could consider like maybe maces to go for some stuns. But we would need that fast adaptation to actually hit. Does also get faint though. Do we have a mace just yet? We do have these bludgeons. So yeah, we have this Melkoif. We should repair that. Let's level the Vala first and... Okay, another melee defense roll. Okay, hit points and resolve. And we want her to live. Let's get either 9 lives or resilient, I think. Maybe fortified mind, because we want that eventually. I think for her 9 lives would be better than resilient. Let's go ahead and take that. Margareta. Let's get rotation, I think. Might need to get a brawny eventually just to have enough stamina for it, even with mind over body, but we'll see. Okay, so we want to find even more things to fight, so we can sell all of that sweet loot at Königsheim. But that will be next time. So thanks for watching and see you next time.